Kiswa Kaka, Dale Rastafari, and I'm still trying, giving you them trying. Kiswa Kaka.
Reggae music has always played a significant and important role in the resistance, the liberation, and the restoration of black people's dignity. Reggae music has always centralized itself around Pan-Africanism and black consciousness. Today, reggae music has contributed in the liberation of countries like South Africa. Today, reggae music needs to be documented and archived and published to the entire world so that they can know the contribution and the impact that reggae music played in the liberation of the people. Greetings, my name is Ras Pablo. Let me take you through the custodians and practitioners of this culture of reggae music. Greetings once again, we are here for the documentation of reggae music as per recommendation by UNESCO that declared reggae music as an intangible heritage to be documented and archived. We are here joined by Ras Kobina. Ras Kobina is a Rastafari ganja merchant. As we are all aware that now in South Africa there's been some relaxation towards cannabis. In 2018, cannabis was decriminalized, and it was actually legislated that adults they are allowed to can cultivate, use, possess cannabis in their own private spaces, as opposed to how it was before 2018. So cannabis has always been one of the central, cultural aspects of Rastafari, and it being a central aspect of Rastafari, inevitably it got absorbed into this reggae music. That is why we have songs by Peter Tosh, legendary Peter Tosh, the Stepping Razor. There are songs like Legalize Marijuana and so many other tunes that we know that they have been advocating for the medicinal use of cannabis and as well as the recreational use of cannabis. So we are here joined by Ras Kobina. Like I said, it's a Rastafari culture legend. Give thanks, my brethren.
Yes, I greetings.
Bless and love. Yes, I. So we are here. So before I can actually get into the vibes, let me just give you some time just to introduce yourself and just let us know who's Ras Kobina.
Yeah, greetings, man. Just briefly, my name is Ras Kobina, Rastafari brethren, ganja merchant, and also activist as well. Yeah. We are just here giving the opportunity and platform just to unpack a few aspects of the livity, which is the Rastafari livity. We'll touch down on I think 3 or 4 aspects that compromises of the culture and what we really compromise of. I think the starting point is definitely go to the music.
Yes, sir.
Because the way the obvious first comes through the message.
Yes,
the way it comes through the message. So the integral part of the living. The message was pioneered by many brethren,
forerunners and pioneers.
Yes, especially who took the liberty upon themselves as to introduce it to, or as to make people aware as to what the liberty
to the broader community.
Yes, sir. And then they started spreading the message through the music.
Yes, sir.
And we have prominent figures as well. Just like you mentioned,
Peter Tosh.
Yeah, man. And also, just to show the broadness even of the music, today we get even elders who are not even Rastafari brethren, but still them sing reggae music, them do that, so you check Bucharest and thing.
Yeah, man.
So them still heavy elders, heavy.
Yes,
so you can check the dominance both on the society.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's take it back. Rastafari. Reggae music is Rastafari culture. And also, you know, how ganja also played a role both in, you know, the development or the inception of Rastafari, and also playing a vital role in the development of reggae music.
This one is a personal feeling, like if I'd like to put it, in terms of the experience of the ganja, because it makes you aware. There's a certain state of mind that when you have, you can reach, or you are aware of. It's like ugonele fatika each. So in a conscious setting, a lot of music that was sang by the first pioneers of Rastafari, we could attend to or relate to the music more on the conscious level of mind. So the ganja, it played some sort of a integral role psychologically, first. Even before the society but perceive in a certain way. But psychologically we know it starts in the mind. Even revolution itself is starting the mind. So the most important element, more relevant of Rastafari, it would be the liberation of the mind. So ganja, it plays an important part in liberating, one, if I may put it that way. And then there's also the recreational side of it, in which today you see a lot of Rasta are using it and are promoting it, not to, how should I say, to make it explicit, people and say that everyone must use ganja, just being in a conscious setting, it makes time for yourself. When you make a split, you just have to come to yourself, make time for marketing, take time in handle. So it gives you that a societal element as well, to always be observant and having. After the recreational side, there's the commercial side. We do the Masaki introduce of also a ganja. So it also helps you in terms of the economy we are living in today. We know we don't have to talk about inflation rate there or interest rates and how unstable our economy is. So in that sense, it gives a little bit of revenue, because when it comes back to culture, it has always been what Marasta is doing. Even when you allude to the first Rasta, the first groundation that the community the first one I think was Pinnacle. It was named Pinnacle. So it was a cash crop at the time when the community developed a community
to sustain the community,
to buy material, food, to anybody around those communities.
That's before it was made illegal.
True.
1920 something. Early ages.
So you can check the influence even between ancient times. But the culture carries through. Carries through to today.
Because of ganja.
Because of ganja. Now, if I can relate to a youth like myself, I look upon the elders who were doing it before, like Boleo and Powell, who were inspiring people to live a certain way and not depend on the system.
Musically so as well, if you can just bring it, narrow it to reggae music. I remember pioneers like Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. There's an interview about this other elder, and they call him a Rasta elder called Motino Plano.
Popularly known that.
So Motino Plano, he said in one of his documentaries that the career Bob Marley and Peter Tosh's career to actually shoot off their reggae career, it was funded by Motino Plano through his ganja merchandise.
On the street, well-known merchant people.
So he actually invested in the music of reggae to spread the consciousness of Rastafari.
True.
And that's how most of Finite we also knew
or get the message
about Rastafari through reggae music, which was funded by ganja money for it to go internationally. But can we today? There's as we have said before, the ganja was illegal. 2018 was decriminalized. Now in South Africa, there's a cannabis bill for private use, which allows adults like me and you to cultivate, possess, and use cannabis in our own space. There's also a cannabis master plan, which seeks at assisting the community to develop, economic resources through cannabis as a third economic resource of the country. First it was diamonds, then it was gold, diamonds discovered in Kimberley, gold in Gauteng, then it's cannabis, which is third economic. Given the amount of reggae music tunes about ganja, what would you say was the role or the impact that reggae music took to actually advocate for the legalization of ganja?
Huge. Even the idea of legalization, I think people started hearing, by Rastafari artists. I think the prominent one is the one who initiated the legalizing. But a lot of artists today, especially in Jamaica, like modern day reggae, you check your Sizzla Challenges, your Fantan Mojas, you check your Kempletons, your Chronics, your Kabaga. They are now advocating for the legalization. So
even some reggae artists like Damian Marley, he bought a whole prison in America and converted it to a cannabis plantation.
Is it? I wasn't using our Yaman, but it's such good initiatives just to show how the Rastafari are taking immense measures to show people that we can live through this.
Yes,
and it's also to make people aware of certain or better ways of living. Because now it's the third economical rise. We are in the 4IR. So with so much machinery in our exposure, people now exposed to more work opportunities, more opportunities in that sense. But coming back to the music and the legalization, Rastas advocate for it more because we've been brutalized more, prosecuted more, even for lousy searches, man.
Marginalized
of the image and whatnot, and everything. But that's how harass the country when you day from the advocate. I mean, like it doesn't make sense. So they decide the number one advocates, especially because artists keep on having voice or palaborona in the communities because reggae artists barely in the global community at large, outer nation. So I think he believe they are wise in that sense. Because you're not able to see. I think even Haraya Kobo, Harkopan Gudi ABC boards about agriculture can just could do something in that sense. So I think it played a huge role in that sense.
So you as a ganja merchant in this age, it worked for Leonard Howell to establish what we know today as Rastafari. He funded the philosophy. It worked for elders like Mutino Plano. He invested in reggae music through his ganja money to spread the message, which now everybody knows. For you today, what would you say? How does reggae music, work for you as a ganja merchant in this age?
It's a good one. I would say on a conscious element, it keeps me relevant to what I am. As a person, I'm a Rastaman, so I always have to be relevant or with certain elements in society. So I think music it's some sort of cancer, most probably. For new music, they are always talking about artists are always talking about relevant things. I'll just make an example. Gambino wa rona wa magae wa tswang so
reggae music
go sia rona tswang so Red Scotch o phela ale relevant ke nna ga o ka retsa album ya gagwe ya ngata mo le
Yes, sir.
le no tsa go blela go it's a warfare o maso ka dinako tsa go tona le mosa le fatse gore no these people are actually fighting us. It is a biological warfare. So in that sense, reggae music, it would be our success. I mean, like if we don't have these people, what they're trying to do is want to do. So I think music in nothing keeping relevant in that sense. There are also ganja songs tolong being or related to my personal tribulations that
Yeah, the persecution.
yeah, I can hear artists but work almost something.
Even good things.
Yeah, man.
Feelings, yeah.
So it's just good to know or to relate with the president's scope. In a sense, we live as one. Yeah, so just to know that my fellow president, it is the illustrator. Not saying it email or any one, so then I just have to. If you want to get so it keeps me, relevant if I may put it that way.
Now we give thanks, man. We give thanks. So you know, as we all know, ganja, reggae music basically is a culture.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about right now. We talked about also Rastafari merchandise and artifacts, which forms part of the reggae culture. You can't have a reggae show without artifacts.
Yeah.
So how does this? How do you as a Rasta, as a ganja merchant, how do you relate to say reggae events? Specifically, I would say festival, concerts. How are they beneficial to you?
So this is a good initiative. I will always give thanks, even for the one who is we give thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it gives us an opportunity to expose what on a daily basis they do. Like I mentioned, you can see the controller. Most of, let me say, not the good but premium.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can
Yes,
it, right.
High grade.
So yeah, Ereba kuntle in order to rena expose
Market.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a market or an exhibition. Even networking, you meet new people, but they want the very same product in the process. So it's positive feedback at the same time is new links or like California put it. So it gives you the edge to do what you do.
Yes, sir.
So we relate in a sense about like express.
Yes, sir.
The artifacts that they do we express ourselves with our colors, so
Yes,
we put them out there, and then we also teach people. Yeah, for example, while maybe red holding. Yeah, to tell them, for no, this color it symbolizes entropy to be simple.
Yes, sir.
So something like this. So it refer the opportunity to spread the knowledge more.
Yeah.
And tell the community what they do, and they must leave the stereotypic views.
Yes, sir. Yeah, misconceptions and stereotypes. Well, you mentioned earlier something, in relation to artists and ganja, and now that you spoke about premium ganja, there's something that comes to mind to say. Also, I think artists. I've heard some artists. I don't know. If artists these premium ganjas have names. My favorite number is Chuli, Cheese. So I don't know if artists are also promoting these various strain and also making an awareness on the effects. Or a couch log and then there's an energizing ganja. I don't know if reggae music.
Yeah, I can this brother's kid is celebrity.
Yes, sir.
So it's like when they say it more, it's more believable.
Yes, sir.
Now I can it's very good. I give the example like who this man, perfect Giddy man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, perfect Giddy man him like living in straight. So
Yes, sir.
from OG Kush to Sunset Shepherd, OG White Widow, always talking about the name. So
if you don't know these things, you hear them through.
Always. So people can relate more when the artist maybe say it first. And then maybe they'll start giving maybe a second. Or this one maybe that's probably machine it. So they promote and them edge us to also
Up the game.
up the game, if I may put it that way, to always stay
relevant.
The strains that are in market. Yeah, man. In a sense, one of the music keeps us relevant in the ganja market.
Yes, sir.
Because if Giddy Man can say something like Sawadism, I'm going to the farmer market, but that's Sawadism. Younger fire, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we are also on the lookout for new strains, but we give thanks for the artists because they also get the resources to help them. They can almost grow these strains ever in there.
Yes, sir.
Out and grow up only if you have interface conditions. So in that sense, but exposure to new strains.
Yes, sir.
Because sometimes internet is only another problem. Yeah, for an alify, because
Yes,
someone might edit at the end of the day. So it's just like me. So I will give thanks for the artist for the promotion.
It's true that.
Yes.
Sealing up our compensation, my brethren. Right now in South Africa, the legislation of ganja is relaxed. Like we were saying,
Not like before.
government have now went on training people, farmers, in being familiar with the cannabis community. There are permits that have been given out. There's a whole lot of talked about the cannabis bill that allow adults to cultivate, use, and possess in their own space. So there seems to be a whole lot of relaxation of ganja in our country, and also opportunities in relation to ganja. But now if you put ganja close to reggae music right now, could you say the same about reggae music? The developments that happen with cannabis is the same thing that we see with reggae music, giving into context that we are now at the South African Music Award reggae category.
Yeah, man. Okay, locally I'd say the genre is booming a lot. Because now local artists are starting to get recognized more. Even I think the quality of what they are starting to produce is even better than maybe before. So they up their game. So I would say, if I had to compare the two, I would say ganja more advanced, man. But reggae coming slowly, local, but internationally big. Yeah, but in terms of, I think the music that our local artists are trying to introduce, it's kind of a revolution to people who don't. But
Yeah, man.
in our province, a lot of reggae music is our native tiny
Kiswa kaka, lale Rastafari, and I'm still trying. Giving you use them, trying.